Supercouples. If you're not from the soap world, you don't know what that means, but it means exactly kind of what it says. A coupling that is so big and so beloved that they're a super couple. On soap operas, there are many couples. Anyway, I kind of go over through the beginning of time, many couples. But there are that rarefied few that stand out so heavily, usually in thanks to their fan bases, and a lot of times their storylines, they reach super status. Super couples started back in the early 80s. I would say Luke and Laura probably were first. Days of Our Lives employed it very heavily with Patch and Kayla and Bo and Hope and John and Marlena. They did super couple things there too, Jack and Jennifer. But a lot of shows, super couples. First black super couple, I would probably say, in terms of the using the word super couple, would be Jesse and Angie from All My Children. Super couple. Can they still be made in today's society? Back then, we had less channels, but more soaps. Ironic as that. No social media. It was all driven by watching the television and soap fan magazines, maybe appearances here and there, and pure on just watching television and be with your friends. So I was thinking about that today because I was watching, I went online briefly and saw folks were fighting about certain couples. Are they super couple status? Can they reach that? And I just thought in general, does that term still apply? And what exactly qualifies as a super couple? To my knowledge, super couples mean couples that went through a lot together. They went through adversity and they had love and triumph and tragedy, all the stuff mixed into one, and they lasted a test of time. If I use example with John and Marlena, I mean, they are Jarlena and super couple. They've been through hell, literally hell, and high water on Days of Our Lives. So there is something there with them. Couples love them together. They're two strong characters on their own. When you bring them together, there's something magical about them. They have a chemistry it's there. But they've had over 40 years to do this. So at the newest couplings that are happening, is it just a matter of length of time or what they go through to make them a super couple? Or is the term need to be retired? Are it just couplings? Now, for example, there are some couplings out there like I'll do Sprina first, or Taraya on YNR, but Sprina on GH. Taraya actually is an actual couple. Sprina is heading towards there, but they've been through kind of a lot over the last year pre getting to this. So does that count? Does the pre-coupleship count in part as part of, I feel it's part of their journey. So everything counts because it's part of their journey. And so you have the pre-coupling, the first meet, pre-coupling, then you get the coupling, there are obstacles, the whole thing, that's what all couples, kind of the blueprint of what they do. There are some folks arguing with the Joss and Dex saying they're a super couple already. But see, fan bases, because now they're more concentrated, because now they're on their social media to kind of gather everybody together. It's like, well, how does that work also? If the fandom seems really large, then it becomes super stuck couples. But then also, the question remains, two, social media, how large do you count that in terms of the fan base? That's always been a question, right? In some cases, in relation to the big ratings and stuff, social media is kind of small if you think about it. It seems it's louder because it's online and people can share it and it's a big thing. Again, more concentrated. But overall, how much does it represent the actual viewing audience of the show and who feels what? I do say sometimes social media does reflect the pulse of a show. It does reflect it. It probably reflects the pulse of what people are thinking. And in some cases, it really does get it right. Where I think everyone, because I talk to people who are not on social media and people who are on social media, and literally they all agree about the same thing. So sometimes it really does catch what people are feeling. But I just wonder, because we're in a different world now with so many channels, so many streaming things, so many different things going out there. Only 4 soap operas, all have large casts. The pacing is so different now on each show. Seriously, are they? Is there? Is there super couples can be made? Um, I feel like there are strong couplings. And people ask me what I think. I think super couples can still be made on some level, but I think it has to be a time thing and what those characters go through and eventually get together, obviously. Um, I hate to throw terms around loosely, so I'm looking at probably storyline, content, how much screen time. I guess that would count. But there are some couplings you get together and you see there's chemistry, there's feeling, uh, there's great acting. Um, we see it on soaps all the time. Um, and then you have big fan bases. And so I don't know. I just kind of think I'm not sure, and that's why I'm coming to you guys. I mean, I'm curious, you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this because I've been watching soaps since the '70s, and we had super couples, but it wasn't even a really major thought because they did so much. I mean, there was so much content. They put their soap couples through so much back then. And back then, we had location shoots. And all these things. There was a lot that happened back in the day. That was almost easier to say, yeah, that's super couple. They've been through all that together. Yeah, they're a super couple. That's good. And not every couple was called super couple back then. The term wasn't thrown around loosely. It was like you could tell that on each show, Vicky, Vicky, Victor and Nikki clearly, right? There's certain shows clearly who the couplings were and who the super couplings were. But nowadays I'm seeing the word super couple going around more. I'm really curious. I'm curious what you guys think out there. Let me know, as you guys always do. Daytime Today, James Lott Jr. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter at Daytime Today. James Lott Jr. everywhere else. And I will talk to you next time.